here we are. It's Wednesday, so we're supposed to be playing weird openings. That is the theme today. Weird opening Wednesday. Welcome, Astrobate and Jim. Good to see you guys. I sound a little bit hoarse or something. My voice doesn't sound right yet. What's up? So, somebody got a trophy for placing in the Sparkle Horse tourney. Jim didn't play in the Sparkle Horse tourney, did he? You mean my trophy for me? Top 10? I made the top 10. It wasn't my best effort. I tried, but I wasn't really 100%. I was tired yesterday. It reflected a little bit. I was a little grumpy. I tried to be positive, but I also, I don't like to be fake, I like to be real, and I was a little bit tired. I think I just couldn't play my best yesterday. Feeling better today. You made 43rd. Nice. How many players did we have? Jim works too much, like myself. It's a big problem. But there are a lot of unemployed people out there due to the coronavirus, so I guess we should be happy we have a job to do. 129. Yeah. I played like most of the people I've never even seen before. Actually, now that I come to think about it, I mean, how many players did I face yesterday? Morales? We had a tough game with Morales. Other than him, though, I didn't really play anyone I knew. I only played maybe like 8 games. It was pretty random. Alright, so we're going to be taking challenges here. I didn't have a great night. Didn't sleep very well, so excuses. I'm going to play a couple warm-up games. We're going to remember to play unusual openings. Alright, let's grab the lobby. Gotta remember to send a message out to everyone about the Thursday stream. Subscriber stream. You guys can submit games. I don't know if you haven't been playing much, Jim. Astrobate usually submits a game. I don't know that I played anybody that was an engine, but I was playing people who were really strong. It was extremely frustrating yesterday. I mean, everybody I played just seemed like they were ridiculously good. For their online ELO rating, it was tough, man. I mean, 1800s were like drawing me. I lost against the 2000. It's just difficult. I guess I'm a target. Most people tend to play better. We had almost the same opening yesterday, now that I think about it. I think I had the same opening. That's weird. I had the exact same opening. Bizarre. On the fly, I think it was C takes B. And I took back with the queen on b3, and I said after the game that I should play A takes B. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, that was the game. It was CB, and I just instantly played queen takes b3, which is probably okay too. I don't think I was paying close enough attention during that game. I had gotten a little bit distracted. Even after queen takes b3, I can play like a6, take, bishop takes b5, bishop d7. I mean, it's probably not that bad for black. Unless I have some sort of forced win, I don't see. But this seems more logical to take on b5. I was supposed to play weird openings. Can't remember that. So we went a pawn, but we were down a pawn, so back to equal material. I'm not sure this is better than the other variation. Queen takes b3 would have forced him to play like a6, which ends up being a kind of wasted move, actually. I think that would be better than what I got here. This is sort of like one of my opponents from the tournament yesterday. Really strong 1700s. Everyone's a grandmaster. The cheese bras. Gotta think up nicknames for all of their chess streamers. I try to be nice to everybody. So f6. Just when everything looked like more or less okay, he played f6. What would Feingold do? This is tempting, but it's slow. Is my knight gonna get trapped? I thought that black was okay if he just plays a normal developing move here with knight to c6. Maybe white's just better because of the center. But I'm not that confident my advantage is really all that big. This seems like an unnecessary weakening of black's position. Playing f6 there. It's like lodged in on e6. I was kind of wound up after that tournament yesterday. The other thing is that coronavirus, like being locked down, not getting enough exercise, it's just not good for the sleep. I don't know about you guys, Masturbate Jim, anybody listening, but is anybody out there? My sleep, I don't think is as good when I don't physically exercise enough. Jim, of course, has to work. That would keep him in better shape than the rest of us, perhaps. Okay, knight b4 is not allowed. So basically, I was thinking of putting my queen on a2, but we can't be getting any knight a4 here. That's not allowed. You don't sleep anyway. It was a stupid question. How about Masturbate 2? What's sleep? $17.01. This is like the Morales rating scale. Everybody seems good. Alright. I was playing a couple anonymous games on my phone last night because I couldn't sleep, and I realized that I can actually play faster when I'm like texting on my phone or whatever. But honestly, I don't see myself doing that. I think I would make too many mouse slips if I was to play like rated games or something. I can actually play pretty fast. I was surprising myself. 1 minute could be easy. I was playing like 3+2. I mean, I'm sure I could play 1 minute if I wanted to, but I'm not interested in playing bullet. But like 3+2 or 5-0. I could probably play 3-0 easily. But I never really, played on the phone much, so it was kind of... No, not the first time I've done it. I've done it before, but I don't do it a lot. Just funny. Ambulances. The queen has no good squares. Are you going to pin me? From b5? How's the development doing over there? I was supposed to play a weird opening, but I forgot again. But I was surprised how fast I can play. I don't need much time. I'm not that good at texting, I would assume people who use their mobile phone a lot and text really fast would be stronger in that aspect. Is e6 a good move? Feels like I should have some sort of tactical shot already. I predict he's going to go. Masturbate, would you play knight h4 here? I just poured some water in my my cup, but I didn't realize there was still tea in there. It's like, what did I just do? E6, the Rugrats. Teenager chess players. So he can chop off my knight on c5. This is a no-nonsense 1700. Right down to king f7. Practically forced. Plays a really complete game. It's not bad. He got out of the opening with a disadvantage and never really fixed it, but if you were 1700 FIDE, okay. But I'm impressed by just the random players on lichess are like 1700, 1800. It seems like they're getting stronger. Is it just me? It seems like a year or two ago, if I played someone who was 1700 on lichess, I would just like, did you guys notice this as well? I would just like rip them apart instantly. But now 1700 is like really tough. Is it just my imagination? I mean, he's really defending tough. Like, I'm only up a pawn. Yeah, but I'm not talking about like, well, I'm talking about rating, changes in the rating strength. You know what I mean? Like, it's 1700 stronger than it used to be, is what I'm saying. Because maybe there's more players, so it's like now there's less like inflation or something. That's what I'm feeling. Since there's so many more players now, there's like typically 90,000 players online. Are players getting tougher for the ratings? 1700 a lot way tougher than it used to be. Have all the ratings gone a little bit changed? If you play on another site, you know, the ratings kind of change over time. Like, I used to play on the free internet chess server FICS, and back in the day, it was comparable to, I don't know, ICC. And then, like, when there weren't enough players, it seems like it started changing. The whole pool started changing. And then it became like 1500s where 1500s were 2000 players after a while. This guy's like professional. He's defending like his life depended on this game. That's one interesting skill. Not a lot of people like are good at defense. Maybe that was the final straw though. He couldn't play f5, try to block the position. But a lot of players just don't do defense, you know, is what I'm saying. Around this level. They attack and that's it. If their attack fails, they just like die, you know. This guy is definitely still in it. To find that move instantaneously, I mean, dude. I mean, this wasn't a good game by Black, but, it wasn't that bad. For 1700, seriously. If he got out of the opening with a decent position... This is funny how this is the second time I've had this in 2 days. Exact same position. And yesterday I played like queen takes b3. Strange. Guys, please subscribe to the stream, support our stream, and support lichess if you can. I put that little note up there. Welcome to Agnes Karajewski, Health Master. All right. Weird opening Wednesday. Didn't employ the weird opening there. My opponent did. Very strange Queen's Gambit accepted. I decided I wanted to try to play more classical openings last night, so I've been thinking about like playing more d4, d5, sort of e4 with white and e4, e5, but today is about playing unusual openings. All right. Thanks for subscribing to 9 months for Karajewski. F4, it's hard to say that. F4, c5. Play the Grand Prix attack, which isn't really a weird opening, but it is for me. I play against this opening. I typically don't play it with white. Now Black played the best move. Health Master's like 1300, but he seems to be an opening expert, which is interesting. I guess he just do openings. E5. Not a good move, but there aren't a lot of good choices. Knight c3, the toilet variation. Taking the pawn, which kind of loses the initiative. And then this move, basically this is a, it's like a typical system we see in the English opening with colors reversed. I would play the white side, I mean the reverse of this, like black side with the white pieces a lot. So bishop f5, of course, is a good move. Very natural deployment. Bishop outside the pawn chain. It's not the only way. You can play it like a French with e6, or you can play waiting moves like g6 and knight h6 without really committing the king side. Health Master, he's 1300 and he plays h5 here. We'll probably look that up after the game and see that it's like played by grandmasters. Reverse opening, I would call this. I played a lot of times from his side of this type of position. However, not so much with Black, although you do occasionally. I would get this. E4, d5, e5. E4, d5, f5. You can also play f4 against the Caro-Kann, which is similar. d4 is an interesting move. Very combative. Changing the pawn structure there. What happened to your other account, Health Master? Did you just... Oh, you said you traded it in, right? You were bored with the name or something? You're a little too strong for 1300. Weren't you like 1600 on your other account? Or 1500 at least? Now knight h4, whoa. h4, knight h4. That seems a little bit over the top. Maybe it's a good move though. It seems a little over the top. Dangerous to take it. Jesus, h4. Are you serious? You're 1300? And you're playing this? I'm sorry, but, I don't know that 9 games counts. Maybe, yeah, 1692 classical. though you don't use any time for your games. I don't understand how you would be lower in bullet and blitz and higher in classical, since you don't use your time anyway. Maybe people just get bored and disconnect or something. I'm not sure if I should take this. This is an insane sacrifice. The concern is knight h4, rook h4, pawn h4, e6, followed by bishop e7. I mean, maybe that's too slow for black. But it's very dangerous. I have to be very careful before I accept this pawn sacrifice. I'm not sure, you know, it might be safer to not take it. He's sacrificing exchange here. Interesting. Now my original plan was bishop g2, but maybe I should play like queen f3. Should I just resign? The great alligator. Who is the great alligator? Just intuitively sacked in exchange, and knight moves like knight h6. Totally natural. Yeah, that's what we need. Normally I take subscribers first. Healthmaster is not a subscriber to the stream. We have another challenge here from Daradanas. Man, I've got a headache this morning. Didn't sleep well. Yeah, Daradanas has played multiple games. 9. I'm thinking of doing away with the 7+3 time control because it's just dragging on a little bit too much. I think it would be more streamlined to just make it like one time control, 5+3. What do you guys think? Would it make a difference to you, Jim? Asterbate? I want to kind of get some people's opinions. It seems a little antiquated. As much as I support, you know, playing, like taking your time and such. There's some crazy screaming. There's a crazy screaming woman outside. On the street, maybe. The problem is there's a homeless woman from the city park across the street that's mentally ill, and they're on the corner a lot. I think it's probably her. Not a lot of treatment here for like homeless people with mental illness, although that's probably the case in a lot of places. Bishop h4, all right. That's got to go. So Healthmaster, it's kind of a sophisticated game for your rating. I would say. Sophisticated play. You know, you should be more like 2000 or something playing like this. And he just like randomly sacrifices a piece for no reason. You got the ultra sophisticated exchange sacrifice, the great opening, and then you just sacrifice a piece for no reason. Maybe he's the next Asterbate. Not a lot of consistency. 1 minute he seems like he's gonna kill me. Probably. What am I saying? Probably at a good position. I mean, rook h4, and after that, black has compensation for the exchange. I don't really expect to see someone who's under 1900 playing that kind of, maybe 1700, playing that kind of exchange sacrifice, honestly. This is even dangerous to take this pawn. e2. I've got knight c4, queen d4. I can give back more material. If I lose in exchange or something, it's alright. That's the question, Astrobate. Do I have enough time to explain my ideas in 5+3? Yeah, probably I should do more thought about it. One problem I have is like switching time controls back and forth. It's very strange to play like one game here, maybe king h1. So this will eventually win for white, I hope. The 5-second increment would be too weird of a switch, I think. Though I do encourage people to challenge anything between 5+3 and 7+3, 5+5, but I think that most people don't do that. We get used to one increment. Just make it more uniform would be easier for everybody, I think. I have trouble adjusting. I mean, probably the 5-second increment wouldn't hurt me, but it's going to affect me when I'm playing other games. This will help his queen come into the game. No. Did I miss this earlier? Yeah, obviously I could have played knight d6 check before. Doesn't look good. He averted mate. He has an aversion to mate temporarily. I want to check Healthmaster's opening, if h5 is recommended by the opening encyclopedia, because that looks like a good move. Very, very good game until you decide to lose a piece with knight takes e5. Alright, what's up, man? Are you gonna just let the clock run out, or let's wrap it up. He's got mate in 1, so hoping. But look at this opening. Best move. Good move. And now h5. I think this is a very advanced concept. Most people who are under 1700, they would be like, well, I'm not supposed to move those pawns around my king. You're kind of breaking with fundamental principle in a good way when you play a move like h5. Even still today, when I play a move like that, I'm kind of checking myself like, is this really correct? This is an exceptionally strong and sophisticated idea to play h5. I mean, I'm honestly kind of dumbfounded if I see anybody under 2000 playing that move, you know? And the other move that he played that's unbelievable is of course, well, d4 is combative, and it's possibly a mistake, possibly a good move. I probably wouldn't play that, you know, I would just keep it where it is. d4 may not be bad, though. It prevents white from playing d4. It's a very dynamic move. It has pluses and minuses. Like, you give up the e4 and c4 squares, but you get the d5 square, and you prevent white from being able to support his pawn center with d4. It's controversial. Like, the engine doesn't seem to like it, but I don't think it's a bad move. It's just a very aggressive move that's involving some risk. You copied Simon Williams. Plays what? h5? Yeah, okay, I can see that, borrowing that. Simon Williams is a Dutch player. I'm playing the Dutch, not you. I mean, Simon Williams should be playing with... Okay, so Simon Williams would be familiar with this type of idea, like h4. But I mean, normally you would play e6 first, and then maybe threaten to play h4. But you just played it directly. I was seriously considering not taking that, because it really like involves a lot of risk for white. I almost played like rook g1 just to not deal with it. But as you can see by the engine, like, I have to take this and then withstand this. He has to sacrifice an exchange. e6. Now I played the best move according to the engine, queen f3, though I have no idea if my play is best. This isn't comfortable for me. I'm in a very uncomfortable position. Even though the chess engine says that I'm winning by 1.8, I'm in a strange, irrational position. My king isn't safe, and I have to think and be very, very careful, or I could lose like quickly. I mean, that's an interesting game, and you say it's a bad game, but I don't think so. You know, you made a blunder later on, but it's certainly not a bad game. There's a lot of good ideas here. You know, this is highly aggressive, highly sophisticated stuff you're trying to do. You know, your execution was bad. Kareem is challenging me to 3+0. Yeah, there's a lot of sacrifices in the Dutch with rook takes h4. You know, this is actually extremely dangerous for white. I mean, a lot of people would have lost here. DK guy didn't get to play me yesterday, so he's he's out for blood. Okay, let's get started here. Village. Village. e4. Oh no, the sun is with us again. Where's the bad weather from Italy? We're supposed to be getting some bad weather from Italy. Everything moves from west to east here, like, I guess. But the sun is coming. In about 30 minutes, there'll be this like blinding cloud of light in front of the camera. So prepare yourselves. +8. Easy for the computer to say +8. Alright. DK guy. I'm supposed to play unusual openings, but I want to temper it a little bit when I'm playing extremely strong players. This guy has a plus score against me after 30 games. Not too many people, DK guy, have a plus score against me after 30 games. Although I don't play anyone really higher rated than me still. I guess that's normal. I don't really have a lot of opponents who are as tough as you. He's up to 2250. I think he should be like 23. He's keeping his ratings down for the next prize tournament or something. All right, but all joking aside, let's try something here. King hunt. I'm going to play king d7. When I say unusual openings, I mean like play normal openings that I don't typically play, or slightly unusual. Not like I'm going to make up ridiculous stuff with animal names and start playing. Like, hey, king d7, this is the giraffe or something. I mean, I'm not going to just do like random stuff. f4. Well, what do we do now? You know, you're playing f4 against the Peers. The bomb cloud, is that does that count as the bomb cloud? King d7. I wanted to play the check defense, and DK guy plays f4. I guess we can transpose. Why are you playing f4? You're trying to play the weird opening before I can. Beat me to the punch. Hungarian I was talking to this year, Big Andre. He was talking about the check defense. He did some survey on it or something, but I was like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of unconvinced by this opening, honestly. When you play like d6, c6, knight f6 and queen a5, it just doesn't seem like it qualifies. It just doesn't quite qualify as a legitimate opening. I don't think it quite makes the cut. I lost to Alexander Ivanov once. He's the only one who's played it against me, but he didn't have a great position. But I think it's worth something. It's worth trying. Can you play e4, d6, d4, king d7? Like a Pierce Blanc cloud. I didn't say hi, what's up, Zen Chess? But I can't play like garbage moves. I won't do that. It just seems like a waste of time. I mean, for a chess stream where it's just purely about entertainment and I'm not trying to be instructive, of course I would do that. If it was just about these clowns who play bullet chess, try to pretend that it's instructive, then I would play it, But I can't. I can't bring myself to waste my time like that. We can have a little bit of fun, but keep it like kind of serious. Garbage Wednesday. Exactly. Like, what am I going to teach you by playing like king d7? It's just going too far. Now I'm going to show you how to flag the opponent by moving real fast. b5, I don't know. This is an idea in all Peart's lines. I'm actually thinking about e5, b4. Because I don't particularly like e5, knight d5, knight d5, pawn d5. I have to play this, I think. Well, that was the thematic idea. Knight d5 loses a pawn. I guess if we're going to treat this like a professional, we should probably examine the forcing moves first. So pawn takes pawn. I'll discuss it this way. I'm afraid that b5 is a bad move. If he just plays knight e4 with impunity, then why did I play b5? I mean, now he doesn't have that. So I play this. If he takes an f6, I take on c3. That's the idea. He can't go knight e4, and if he moves his knight to a different square, I can put my knight on a good square at d5. That's my rationale. I'm sure that it's not a good opening, but it's playable, and it's not ridiculously stupid. And FM called me a clown recently. He plays very instructive games, 30 chess. Yeah, 30 seconds chess. And FM. Sounds like one of the guys who was one of the commentators. Not real commentators, but there was this FM in the chat when they were having the quote-unquote FM in the chat when they were having the candidates tournament. But it seems like FM, just tell them that FM isn't what it used to be. That's what you heard anyway. Though I'd feel bad if he was an old school FM. But I mean, seriously, every kid who's 2100 strength is an FM now. It's just too easy to get the title because it involves people springboarding their ratings too high. They're overrated temporarily. They claim the FM title, then they pop down to where they belong at 2100. It's bogus. So, well, I can't afford to lose a pawn, so I have to take here. Yeah, white's playing very seriously here. It's like one of those Alekhine lines. e4, knight f6, knight c3, d5, e5, d4, e takes f6, d takes c3. Pawn takes g7, pawn takes d2, check. Who is the gold guy? Gold guy? I play serious 30-second chess. Yeah, there are a lot of really stupid people in the world. Some of them are on lichess. They probably believe that like playing chess like 30 seconds is real chess or something. Don't give too much credit to people with the FM title. I mean, I'm even skeptical about IMs, but that's really where you draw the line, I think. You know, if you've got the IM title, you're probably not a clown. That's basically what it means, you know. It means that I'm not a clown. I'm not a chess clown. That's about the best I can do. FM just doesn't really have much meaning, you know, at all. It used to. It used to be like, you know, FM was an assurance that you weren't a clown. But that's not the case anymore. We've had to like lower the standards. I mean, you know, in another 10 years or 20 years, I don't know how long it will take. It'll be like even I am as a clown. We remember they made the FM title to make money. Do you remember that, DK guy? Well, they do everything to make money now. Arena. Yeah, no, I mean, FM titles didn't always have to pay, did they? I guess it depends on your federation. But FIDE always charged for it, I guess. You can remember when they made the FM title? You're that long? You've been around? But FM used to be serious because you had to have 27 games. I've told this story a million times. I mean, that's all I ask, that you have to maintain the rating for a certain amount of time. But it's meaningless if you don't have to maintain the rating. Because especially with K-factor games that they have now, because the K-factors are a joke, that's totally devalued the FM title. They changed the K-factors so people have like 40 K-factors. Kids with 40 K-factors are going to like 2,500 in 1 month and then dropping down to 2,000 the next. I mean, that's stupid. So we're going to try something here. All right. My king is not safe. Morales is not here. Damn it, DK guy. What am I going to do with you? Man, this doesn't look... I mean, it looks nice on the surface, but I think that white's probably still a little better here, even though I have central pawns. And my bishops look cool. I think white's still better here. I remember when FMs were actually strong players. You know, I know a lot of them, and these guys who like barely didn't get the IM title, who could have been IMs. I mean, I know some really strong FIDE masters who would put the weaker ones to shame. There's a large range in that category. I guess there's a range in every category. So bishop e3. Where are you going? Where am I going? Maybe a better question. Where's my knight going? It's not. Oh no. The kindergarten factor. Masturbate. Don't start. Does this move? Sneaky. What? Who castles queenside? This kind of game, that's insane, dude. How can he be this systematic? Scary. He's just stronger than me, I think. Grandmaster DK guy. I get the feeling I'm playing a stronger player every time I play him. It's sort of difficult. Now bishop takes f6, bishop f6, queen d6. Then I can castle. What just happened? Just lost a piece. He's just stronger than me. There's no question. Now, I would have expected something like king f2 here for most people. He found queen d2. The idea of castling queenside into the open file. I don't know a lot of people that would have done that. And b4 here. Interesting. Not that he had a lot of choice, but I certainly wouldn't have been able to stomach castling into that open file there. And I played probably bishop c4 first. It was what I did in the game, but still he has a clear advantage after bishop d4. It's like perfect play by white. Did he make a mistake later? Apparently he made a mistake at some point. He had bishop d4 first. Okay, this is even stronger. Yeah, I mean, I never equalized. I was almost okay. And now I have to find like the impossible king f8. Like I knew that castling kingside was too dangerous here. He did make one inaccuracy at some point. I looked at this, but I didn't realize it was winning. Obviously he didn't either. He probably looked at this and I can move my king. But this is also winning for white. But basically, apparently he made some mistakes. I think he's like devastatingly strong. Why would you swap on c5 and trade queens? I mean, that's like ridiculous. That's like terrible for white. You give away all your advantage for nothing. That's exactly what I'm hoping that you would do. I mean, he makes a couple of inaccuracies. This was like a forced win. He missed with bishop d4. But, you know, I mean, you're basically like playing really well. Okay, Stefanos Kappa. Stefanos is also a subscriber. Zen Chess Morales, all these guys want to beat me. If I can get a draw against these guys, I'm probably in a good place. So, ganging up on me before I'm even warmed up yet. Unusual openings with white. I played f4. I lost because I have a headache. Not tonight, honey. e4, c5. I tried an unusual opening. Try the Blobix attack with b3. That was an excellent game though by DK guy. I couldn't castle queenside. You have much more courage than me as a player there. All right, g6. Now bishop g2. g6, I was just looking at this. That's strange. Just looked at this the other day. I hope I didn't already play this against Stefanos Kappa or something. The f3 is interesting. I was wondering about this. I didn't look at this with my friend. We were just briefly, I mean, I showed a similar idea using the birds, whatever, the wing gambit the other day. It was like c5, b4. Against Stook, cb4, knight f3, and then I played g6. And then bishop e2. Same idea. You can do this against everything. b3 on the first move. What am I supposed to do with this bishop? That bishop seems like a problem. Every player we've got today is strong. Zenchess, Stefanos, DK Guy. It's like murderer's row. I can beat any of them, but I have to really bring my A game. If I'm out of form, these guys can take me out, or even if I'm just playing like kind of a little bit. Yesterday was terrible. I was playing like crap in the Blitz tournament. I didn't feel motivated and I was kind of tired. I still have a hangover. Morwa is missing. Yeah, it's early. I don't need any of that, but I'm still not recovered from not a real hangover, but I don't know. I just wasn't feeling tired. Was feeling tired and didn't play well. As I was explaining to Bob yesterday, I have to invest a lot of energy when I play to play well. And if I don't have it, I really don't have it. I can't really thrive. Maybe I did have this against Stefanos before. I'm beginning to feel like I have a memory of this. Like playing exactly the same opening against him. Is it just me? It's not just me. I think I literally happened to play the same opening in a previous game. This opening sucks. Yeah, I lost really badly, didn't I? Like 2 weeks ago. I mean, this sort of opening like b3, I think loses its value if your opponent suspects you're gonna play it. Now knight takes d5, really? Challenging me directly in the center. Why not? He's gonna take on h3. Mistakenly thought this was okay for white. This is much worse than I had hoped. Wonder if I can try e5. Not really. Huh. So I'm just clearly worse instantly. I can't let him take on h3. It would devastate my entire position. So my opening is just a total fail. But if I had remembered that I lost like that against him before, I certainly wouldn't play this again. I don't know the theory of the b3 Sicilian, really. Maybe with black I know a little bit better, but I definitely shouldn't play it again once I lost to someone or got a bad game. He obviously is very familiar with what he's doing. Now d4. I don't know with black if I would play d4 or not. You got to be familiar and comfortable with the structure. I mean, the space advantage is nice, but not everybody likes to play closed positions. I think I'm going to go back to b1. We've got to be careful of discovery at all times. Generally, the b3 doesn't look good at all, according to Jim. But you love b3. You just don't like b3 with e4. Because in the normal Queen's Indian style opening, you're playing like an e3 based structure in almost all cases. e3 is more complementary with b3. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Yeah, there's something unnatural about it. I guess the disjointed nature of it, like, this is striving to control the white squares, d5 and f5, right? But the bishop strives to control the dark squares, so it's inconsistent. I understand, and I think you're right. You know, there is something sort of artificial. Just sort of artificial about it. Agree. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of my position. It's like it's just a really bad Bird Larson. Well, Bird is not even here. I mean, whatever you want to call it. It's just a bad Nimzovich opening, or b3. It's just bad. Black's play is perfectly principled. I don't normally play chess like this, but in the spirit of our Weird Wednesday theme, you know, I'm trying to play experimental stuff, but sometimes I come up with better ideas than others. I feel like somehow with e4 there's more interesting stuff than with, say, d4. So I'm oftentimes playing e4. Zen chess. The only thing that Spassky did against Fischer was uncorking a pawn sacrifice with b4 in the Rossalimo. But I don't think that line is considered to be, you know, really that big a deal. You know, that was fun when he played Fischer for the rematch. But honestly, I mean, objectively, you know, and a lot of people were obviously of this opinion at the time, but no one really knew what Fischer's playing strength would be like after all those years, 20 years later. But everyone assumed he would still be strong. They knew that he was still involved in chess. Whereas Spassky was like, totally didn't care anymore. You know, I mean, he had been like drawing every game he played for like the last 20 years. Just going through the motions virtually. I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's hard to take that match seriously. It was such like a kind of mismatch, almost a non-match, almost like a kind of, it was like Nigel Short playing Garry Kasparov or something, you know. It just wasn't real. Well, I think that Fischer still was good, you know, but I don't think Spassky was, you know, still himself anymore. I doubt that Spassky brought out the best in Fischer either. Fischer probably just needed money, honestly, you know. Isn't that the point? That he was like running out of money, probably? And it was just a way of grabbing some quick cash against UN sanctions. Kasparov mentioned something, what? Short versus Spielman. Well, I mean, you know, they're both great players, not to diss them. But, you know, Short being in a world championship was like ridiculous. We've had other ridiculous world champions, like this FIDE knockout world champions. Okay, he wasn't world champion, but just Short, you know, wasn't one of the top couple of players in the world. Much like Spielman. And playing for the, you know, it's like Spielman playing for the world championship. Yeah. Whatever. But Spielman doesn't have as much, he needs more ego to play for a world championship. Am I allowing c4? I would be very surprised. Asterby, you're claiming that Bobby died with 5 million? Really? How would he have 5 million? That's hard to believe. What did he get, like $1 million max for the match with Spassky? How could he have possibly died with 5 million? Are you really like getting that from somewhere, or you just made it up? I mean, he'd be lucky if he had $1 million, I would think. At the end, although I don't know, he had basically no sources of income that I can imagine. He basically wrote no chess books. It's not like let's play Queen E2. Queen E2 is good. Oh, I dropped a piece. It's actually kind of dangerous, but we'll do it. I told you guys the story when I went to Gerardo Barbera's house in '97, and Fischer wanted him to set up a match with Saddam Hussein's best chess player in Iraq. I mean, that's how desperate the guy was for notoriety. Probably he wanted like $1 million or something to play a match with the best Iraqi chess player. I think his main thing was that he probably needed money, to just survive. I doubt Fischer had many sources of income. It's not like he had like a lot of books he wrote or something. He was collecting some sort of checks. He was not a person who was like, into sharing his knowledge, really. I was thinking about this earlier. I really expected this much earlier. There was like waves of ambulances. First the first wave, then the second wave. Maybe I should play C3. It's a kind of annoying move. Better take advantage of the F5 pawn while it's still here. He lost on time. I'm actually better now. F5 was a kick-ass move. I just sort of sleepwalking through this game. Oh man. Like, what did I do wrong here? Okay, so F3 is just patently bad. How many pawn moves can I afford to make? F4 is like probably a move. Ironically. Heinrich Danielson, there's your friend. But man, F3 is a little slow. I'm thinking I can play like knight e2, d4. I have all the time in the world. Knight h3. I mean, I'm just too liberal. Bang, d5. Black's just clearly better. But you know what? I'm a good defender. Knight f2 is best. The only way to stay in the game here with white. Anything else is just game over. I know. I played it before and I regretted that. I remembered that. I regretted playing it for the second time. Immediately, why do I gravitate toward playing the same thing? I almost never played as Stefanos. And what's the chance that I played it twice against you? I mean, seriously. Like, I played the B3 Sicilian maybe like 10 times in my life, although they were mostly recent. The chance that I would play it for the second time after you killed me in the last one, but this at least I had the sense to play knight f2. This is the only move that doesn't lose for white, although my position is horrible after that. I don't want to see it anymore. Do not do that. Do not try this at home. You know, very, very bad. Yeah, no, if you're going to play this opening, you have to know what you're doing. So the Zen chess, there's no way I'm going to get the line that I wanted. They'll try something interesting. I feel like fawning for mentally ill chess players is more your thing, Asterbate. Well, you're here with me, Bob. C4 G6. How can we play an unusual setup against something so generic as C4 G6? Bob, do you wanna name any names? Not you, right? Yeah, I know what we've got to do. H4. Anytime they fianchetto, you can go ahead and play H4. That's my Ponda emote. I remember once watching Shirazi play Blitz. Someone played G3 against him. He just plays H5. Just do it against any fianchetto automatically. You know, but I feel like H5 is like a concession. Now you've done it too. You know, I've always been like reluctant to do that. Like if you're doing H5, it's like you know, you're saying H4 is okay. It's almost like a surrender, you know. You're not punishing H4, you're playing H5 yourself. You're condoning it is what you're doing by playing H5. So it's not a mistake. I made you play H5. Technically, if we dig a little deeper in the position, I mean, it's possible that C4 perhaps isn't the best move in conjunction with H4. Jurassic, Antonio. I call Antonio a caveman. Who else is a caveman? Wait, I was thinking about this. There's some other player. Who's the other player who plays like a caveman? Against me. Someone on sound, of course. Yeah. But someone on sound is he's more of a fake. He's a fake caveman. He secretly likes playing end games in the what's it called, the Albin counter gambit. Like a real caveman doesn't do end games after 10 moves in the Albin counter gambit. A true caveman, that's not real. You're not really a caveman if you're in an end game after 8 moves in the Albin counter gambit. You're just like a fraud. A fraud caveman pretending to be on sound. So Suba's theory that the queen on d5, maybe it's better not to directly chase it away. Kind of like that. You became more savage. I think we noticed things with you, Antonio, like over time, because you've been playing on my stream for like 2 years. I noticed a change at some. I mean, not a dramatic change, but like gradual. Like gradually, you seem stronger, but like you seem to be more consistently aggressive somehow. And I didn't really notice that so much in the beginning as I do now. Bishop g7. I don't know. I didn't really intend the castle kingside, but it looks like I'm going to have to protect my bishop on g2. I didn't play h4 to castle kingside, frankly, but he's not castling, and we both played h4, h5, and I need to protect my bishop. So, but I think that Zen Chess's play is a little bit non-critical, let's say. h5, c6 is arbitrary. You know, he's not exactly punishing this. Chess died in 1900. All right, Antonio, back to your lessons. Giving me some lessons lately with white. What happened last time I didn't look at the simul game with Antonio, but he played me on Sunday, and I swear I was lost after like 15 moves. But somehow, I'll have to look at that one. I think it's one of the ones I didn't look at. I felt like I was done, and he just like let me get away. We'll have to see exactly what was transpiring there. Tomorrow we had the subscriber stream. My result on Sunday was good on paper. I only lost one game. There were some interesting games. Zen Chess, come on now. You're going to a zombie trance. Worse than me. So bishop g4, all right. We don't have this kind of classic queen h5 sort of thing for Zen Chess. You know, the queen h5, bishop h3 sort of kingside attack. So he's going to have to move his queen to an alternate place at some point. a5, d7, f5. Where's it going to go? e6? No. So what Suba made me think about in his great book, Dynamic Chess Strategy, was that you don't have to chase the queen automatically. How many of you raise your hands like automatically plays knight c3 because you can? You know what I mean? This made me think. Like, it really made me think. That queen is a target. We can play knight c3 whenever we want or whatever, you know, but basically if we play knight c3, we're forcing him to move his queen away from the vulnerable position. Like, we're practically forcing him to make a good move in a way, right? Another example, okay, like e4, e5, d4, pawn takes d4, queen takes d4. You know what's interesting there in the center attack? Like, if you put it on a chess engine, everybody plays knight c6 to attack the queen on d4. But if you play knight f6, it's actually just as good. And it adds the additional trap of like white playing e5, which I actually like stupidly did myself in the blitz game. So after e4, e5, d4, pawn takes d4, queen d4, knight f6, e5. Now black plays knight c6 and like knight g4, and he's better. You know, it's something to think about. Anyways, now I have another hit on the queen with knight c4, which is good. We've gained an additional tempo. Now he not only had to move his queen once, he has to move his queen a second time, and now d3, and he has to move his queen. I'm not sure about bishop f4. That might be kind of doing the same thing I'm telling you not to do. Attacking things for the sake of attacking them isn't always good. Is my bishop actually good on f4? Well, now it's not clear. Others would say he's wasting a tempo, though. Sorry? Wasting a tempo? Where? Well, I mean, we can argue that d5 is just bad. Definitely. I mean, that's the first principle of the thing, of course. Probably d5 is just bad. We don't, you know, disagree with that, of course. But The question comes about open-minded thinking, and not playing robotically. We can maybe, tweak the refutation a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Not sure if bishop f4 is a good move or a bad move here. I almost want him to play e5. Strangely. But at least we think about it, right? Because most people don't even think about it. They automatically just make the move. But one thing, another thing, of course, it's a Sicilian, and Suba, for example, is a big expert on the Sicilian and English his whole life, like Marion, and maybe there's a connection with those guys. But I was thinking that, this is a consistent problem in the Sicilian. The knight on c3 or c6 in the English, c3 on c6 in the Sicilian, in the Najdorf, it's constantly getting in the freaking way. It gets in the way on the c-file. It gets in the way of, fianchetto bishop or a bishop on d2. In this case, imagine if my knight was on c3 instead of c4. How it's actually, badly placed. It's well placed on c4, but it sucks on c3, where it's just getting in the way. So I really like it when I see someone like that who's advocating creative thought, creative thought in chess. What an amazing concept. The older I get, like everyone, we get less and less creative. I think we have to kind of fight against it. Suba would like this. I never actually met him. He's never really been that active in the post-90s, but he used to live in the UK for a while. I have no idea if he's in Romania or still in the UK. I don't think he's in the UK. He must be in Romania. He's pretty old by now. All right, so Zen chess, how many queen moves? Quite a few. Picking on Zen chess for moving his queen. c4, g6, h4, h5, g3, d5. Well, the game that I'm talking about, ironically, was in English, which Suba goes over. He has a game where it's c4, e5, g3, d5, where he wins with white, using that kind of idea. So it's exactly the same position. Oh, he lives in Spain now. Yeah, he was playing in Spain a lot. In the late 90s, maybe early 2000s. Now I guess he's totally retired from playing. Black seems clearly worse here. Bishop pair. I've got b5. Break. The b5 break is on the verge of working, but he has this knight bounce I don't like. If it gets into c5 and then e6 and back to d4, he's gotten out of the containment field. If only I could stop that. Although white has a crushing position here, probably. Just don't know exactly how to finish him off. This feels wrong. I don't like my knight being unprotected. Classic minority attack. He could just trade pieces with knight c5, rook c5. But I don't think it's going to solve all of his problems. Here comes the sun. We've got an hour left in the stream, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Night. Tempo, tempo. That unprotected knight knew that would be a little issue. It's not a big deal, really. But as my time runs out, it is a big deal. Oh my god, I just totally spaced on the clock. Can I have more time, please? Oh no. I did a Karpov where I just forgot. I forgot I had less time than you. Damn. Listen, Asterbate, you don't watch the clock, right? Asterbate claims he doesn't like look at the clock when he's playing. He doesn't even like think about it. Sorry, Zen Chess. Didn't realize I was down to seconds. I thought I had like a minute left or something. Wow. It was a good game, but I didn't see how knight b7 would work. I would have probably played knight e4 at the end of the day. It's like, I don't really like knight c4 because of bishop. Knight c4 is a knight c5. Maybe this would have worked. But that requires a lot of calculation. I don't have time for that calculation. But this move, wow, dude. Knight b7, rook b7, bishop b4. I missed it. I mean, it's not even that easy to see if you can see this far. The pawn is just devastating. You know, white's probably just winning. Yeah, no, it was good. Instructional. No, I'm sorry that I just spaced on the clock, though. I robbed Zen Chess of the end of the game there. I don't know what would have happened if I hadn't spaced. Alright, man. Sorry, but anyway, it was an interesting position. D5 seems bad. Just too much. Okay. Do we have any further challenges? Or shall we adjourn? Adjourn till tomorrow night. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get some other games. We got time for a couple more games. Think we stand a chance. Suba's rated 2146. Jesus Christ. What? What? He's rated 2146. Dude. I haven't checked his... Maybe he had a stroke or something. You know, that's the only way the guy could be 2146. He's only 70. Gee, I mean, like, Smyslov was still like 2500 when he was 73. He must have had a health issue or something. You don't go that far down from 2500. Probably had some sort of health issue. A lot of people keep playing after they've had like a stroke or something. But I didn't hear anything like that. I don't know. But I'm not like connected to him. Difficult. He's not that old. I mean, 73 isn't that old. Sveshnikov. How old is Sveshnikov? Still playing like 2500. All right, let's go get some innocent victims. 2146. Either he's sandbagging or he has some kind of major health problem. I could see getting down to like 2300. Maybe 2250, but 21? I mean, I know a lot of the older grandmasters here in Hungary, around the same generation. I mean, I just played like Farag or Ivan in the Hungarian Team Championship. They're probably the same approximate age. Maybe Ivan is only like 69. But he's hanging in around 2400, 2350. You can't get down to like 2400 rapid. Maybe he was involved in some suspicious tournaments in Romania or something. That's the other possibility. Those Eastern European chess tournaments that that like never really happened. You know what I mean? But I don't want to make any strange conspiracy theories. Sometimes you play in tournaments that you weren't really there for. This has been known to happen in a few select Eastern European countries. So let's get some more challenges, guys. 1-0 doesn't count. I've got time for several more games. It's too early to end the stream. Yeah, no, but I mean, like, I've seen the natural degeneration of grandmasters over the course of my career, and nobody drops down to 2150. I can say that with, like, I mean, I remember being in Aeroflot in like 2004, and Holmob was there. He must have been like 80, and he was under the rating minimum. I think he was like 2375, but they still let him play in like the top section. But I mean, you know, he was like 2375 and he was 80 and he was still playing, you know. It's just really hard for a career grandmaster, you know, who's been 2500 their whole life to no, I don't play 1-0. I'll try to. It's just really hard. It's surprisingly hard to drop down to 2150. Yeah, I mean, Korchnoi was amazingly strong, though, and an exception. But he was dropping down from 2700. You have a wider like berth there when you're dropping down from 2700 than when you're dropping down from like 25. Like Supa's max was like 2550s. So you've got 400 points to lose between 2550 and 2150. All right. Running out of unusual things to play here. I don't know why I keep playing c4. Play another b3 base system. Yeah, Korchnoi still didn't drop very much. You know, he was probably like 2500s when he died. So here, I mean, you could say that d5 is kind of more justifiable here. He's got the knight capture. If you take with the queen, I mean, you're asking for it. But ironically, like, I'm talking about Suba in the English opening and dynamic chess strategy, and he also like loved the hedgehog. So I'm basically playing a hedgehog with colors reversed, and queen takes d4 is common in the hedgehog, and the same principle would apply. And he even talked about lines with the same kind of concept where you might play knight a6 in some lines. We might play knight a6, so you shouldn't automatically play a3 in positions like this. Would be one idea, you know. a3 is an almost automatic move to stop knight b4. But maybe our knight can go to a3, knight c4. Here I'm mostly concerned about getting blasted in the center, though. I might not have a choice at this stage, but to stop e4. This looks kind of problematic. Actually, well played by Asmir. Feels like I'm getting a little bit steamrolled. He's got very good control of e4, so if e3, e4, knight c3, I don't have enough pressure on that. Yeah, Smyslov was unbelievable. But he has a very positional style, and I think that lasts longer. Designed to last longer in old age. endgame players, strategical players should maintain their ratings better than. It's like, what is that song? Neil Young or whatever. I'd rather burn out than fade away or whatever. Like the tactical players will burn out, but the positional players sort of fade away. But it takes longer, you know. We're gonna get Astrobate excited with the classic rock lyrics. So I don't know. I don't like e4, and I don't really like d3, allowing bishop e4 check. I better seriously consider playing knight c3 now. I might have to. I'm gonna fade away. I'm not tactical enough to burn out. No, I'm not that clear. Man, the sun. Damn it, Bob. Can you open a thread on the lighting for my stream, please? Now at least e4 is under control. I want to strive to control e4. Now my knight is on the bad square. The anti-hedgehog knight. Okay, so e4 at this point, I might be able to play knight g5. Like g3, e4, knight g5. Bishop f5, bishop g2, queen e7, queen b1. Something like that. I think it's risky. I'm not sure if he can tactically justify e4. But I'm not sure if he made the right queen retreat either. Did he have another option? Not really. Queen a5, I guess, but it does look sketchy. Double fianchetto. I just lost on time. Last game is spaced. So bishop f5 preempting e4. Yes.
Yes.
I haven't used those in a while. Just totally neglected. Neglected. Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
All right. That's enough. Damn it. Just migrate. Wait. Immigration is halted? Now knight b5 at some point could prove useful. Bishop d6 is not the greatest square. True. Now if e4 he has queen e7. e4 knight g5 queen e7. Queen d7 is a different story, more traditional. Traditional. So I have the d4 now. d4 e4 knight g5. The d4. d4 looks strong, man. See, that's why we don't play d3 in the hypermodern opening like this. Because why would you play d3 when you can play d4 at the right moment and destroy his center? Insane dog theory. Dog, man. To get sunburn in some strange places. So you're playing e4. How can you protect that pawn? No entiendo. Trump baiting. I like how yesterday one of my Facebook friends Babakuly Anakov, who has a chess academy in like Texas. He like posts on his Facebook about how his new head coach in his chess academy, Sergey Matsenko, got his green card. I thought this was kind of like an insensitive thing to post on Facebook. Probably not really a good time to be like making a post like that while they're shutting off immigration for others. I don't understand E3. All right. Can I take that? Give it to me. Give it to me. Now I have the center. The center from hell. Good God. Oh, he's just dead. Dead. Suba Mihai would be proud. The center. I don't enjoy Facebook, Bob. It's like I'm probably like one of the last people in the world who joined Facebook. I didn't like join it till like 2 years ago or something. I don't really like it, but it almost feels like it's sort of like you're forced to join it because everybody else has it. There should be like a lichess, a Facebook version of lichess. There probably is, but no one uses it. The point is that they have a monopoly on all these people, you know, and no other app like has as much access. You're like tricked to use it even though you don't want to, because you have to admit that they have more data than anyone else. Even though I don't like Facebook in principle, I'm still using it against my will. At least I don't have Twitter, Bob. That would make me crazy. I would probably be nearly suicidal. The center is what it's all about. Now I'm going to lose on time again. Bob, you'd get in trouble if you had Twitter. Bob would be banned from Twitter permanently. He already has like 20 banned accounts on Twitter. Is that the account you use for your chess streamer reviews? Twitch reviews. I'm in trouble. Whoa, I tried to get a free move. You're running a Facebook page with chess puzzles? Yeah, you can share the link. That's fine. I don't mind if people share links, but, you know, click at your own risk. 1.5 out of 5 pawns. It was pretty bad yesterday. I was tired, dude. But I hate people who are like fake nice all the time. You know? I'd rather be grumpy than be one of those fake nice people that's always in a good mood. You know, I hate that. You know they're not sincere. I'm going to have to sacrifice something. Man, I'm so tempted to play Queen B5, but he just plays A6. There's nothing there. You're just... You get a creepy vibe from Anna Rudolph. Yeah, I mean, the Anna Rudolph, I don't know her too well. We played once. Seems okay. I didn't like that she offered me a prearranged draw. The answer to that was no. But, I was white and she like offered me a pre-range draw. I was like, no, I don't think so. Thanks again. I told the story about my last tournament where this little girl from India, her dad like cornered me in the bathroom and asked me if I wanted to draw with his daughter. I was like, no, she's rated 2,000. Um, are you offering me money? I didn't say that. I was like waiting for him to offer me money. I was like, at least I'd feel better if he offered me a bribe or something. Nothing wrong with the old-fashioned pre-arranged draw, Zen chess. In a round-robin tournament, I mean, standard procedure. The unspoken rule of closed tournaments. Pre-arranged draws are okay. But you don't do it. I mean, it's like etiquette. You know, you don't offer a draw with black against a higher rated player. It's just not for good form. Truly, I wasn't having a very good tournament. I had lost a couple games. I was drinking a lot. Maybe she thought I wasn't serious. And she had a good chance. She actually made an IM norm. Like maybe she made one of her last IM norms in that tournament. But still, I was kind of pissed. You don't offer that draw. I don't remember the draw with Gary. I was in an IM tournament, the same as Anna Rudolph kind of thing. I don't remember exactly what the deal was with Gary. He was playing solidly though, you know. I had watched him play. He was really solid. Maybe we played a real game though. I think we probably played a semi-real game. It all depends on what I had in store. Maybe I wanted to go to the pub and start drinking or something. It's difficult to say. What I can't remember. It was a long time ago. You know what that particular day. That I played Gary. I think like typically I would have been playing for a win against him. You know, at all cost. But he had played solidly. He had a decent result. I didn't play in those days. I didn't play a lot of IM tournaments. Actually, that was kind of an unusual tournament where I played Gary. That was before Anna Rudolph. That was earlier. Anna Rudolph was in like, I want to say like one of my last tournaments in 2010, maybe 2009, 2010. Before I had a very long layoff. Rook H1. I wanted to beat her, but I almost lost. She screwed up a winning king and pawn in game. That was the funny part. She managed to not win a winning king and pawn game against me. So I hope she's doing a lot of training in king and pawn in games for Chess 24. So Gary, he was a pleasant little kid. He was probably, I don't know, 13. I'm not sure. Maybe 14, 13. He was pretty young. Her in-game technique, not really up to snuff there. All right. So, Stefanos Kappa from position. What is this? Five plus 3 from position. Oh no. A new concept. Oh god. Who's the one that did half chess? I have a headache and you're going to make me do like bishop and knight. I'll probably forget how to do it. You know how long it's been since I did the bishop and knight checkmate? Actually, I don't remember. Like, it has to be like... Why would I even play this position? No one's made me play it in Blitz in a long time. I don't think that I've had to do it. Once I had to do it against Mitkov. No, it wasn't Mitkov. It was Vladimir Gergiev in a tournament game. And he resigned like one move before mate. That was kind of diss, you know? You're going to make me play the whole endgame out to like one move before mate and then resign? But I didn't care because I qualified for the US Championship. But don't make me do this when I have a headache, really. So he didn't get in the right corner. He actually went to the wrong corner. It's funny. He didn't defend this even the best way. But there's something weird. So that doesn't usually happen. Nobody ever lets you get this far so quickly. So I'm kind of confused now. Okay, knight g7, king c8. My knight should be on f7 check. I have to control c8. So I can walk him over there, but then I get tangled up. So there's something strange about this. Like, I'd usually have this position with the king on a8 or something. We've got to control c8. We can keep him contained with this move, for starters. Now knight e6 is good. Does this help me in any way, though, by doing this? Not really. I haven't done this in forever. Now I've like forgotten how to do it. Used to be able to do it automatically. My bishop's in the wrong place. Normally it would be like on a7 and I drag him to the right. But I've got him in the wrong place. That's awkward. My bishop should be on like a7, my knight on e7, and I would know what I was doing. It's a threefold repetition. I did a threefold repetition already? Nice. He didn't claim it. Now I can move my bishop to the other diagonal to get it to a7. You could have claimed threefold. I would take the draw there. He's getting out the other way. So that's actually a bad move. You should play king d7. This is weird. Can't coordinate my pieces the way I want to. Maybe if I just get him in the wrong corner, I'll know what I'm doing from there. I think that's actually better. I'll like drive him in the wrong corner and then move him out. Because I actually know what I'm doing when I do it that way. Nils, did you start drinking early today? I'm probably not going to be able to do it. I haven't practiced in ages. Doesn't come up every day. It is embarrassing. Stefanos Kappa, you've been practicing how to defend this, like for an exercise? Because I think it's a waste of time. I would practice how to win it if I were you. But I wouldn't waste my time practicing how to defend it. Because it's a forced loss. I should be competent enough to win this. But I'm like tired. And I haven't done it in like 2 years or something. This is embarrassing though. I never had to do it on stream though. Bob, we don't need you to tell me that I'm doing it in the wrong corner. I've checkmated a grandmaster in this ending. I know what corner to go to. But you got to get him in the wrong corner first and then drag him to the right. That's the technique I know how to do it. Maybe now. We're still not making progress. I can't even get him on the side of the board. I'm gonna have to do this all day to like, I don't have time to relearn how to checkmate with bishop and knight. You would think it would be like intuitive. I used to do it so much. I can't remember. That's embarrassing. I should definitely be able to do it. I like how Stefanos asked me to do this when I'm like so tired. Yesterday and today were like the worst. I almost didn't sleep last night. Okay, I'm not gonna win. I don't remember how to do it now. Alright, let's play another game. I gotta review that. I thought it would be like so deeply ingrained I would never forget, but I've totally forgot. But I literally haven't checkmated someone with bishop and knight in like 5 years. I only ever had to do it in like one endgame in an actual tournament game. The last round of the US Masters, like 2001. Yeah, I just said Mitkov resigned, or it was Georgiev resigned like one move before mate. It was easy, man. I did it like a million times, but if you don't do it, if you don't practice it, you forget the pattern. I mean, it's not like riding a bicycle or something. Not like I go around every day doing like bishop and knight checkmate. It's just not like practical. I guess you guys think that, but it's totally unnecessary. So what's up with this position? This is a bad line for black. I'm supposed to play c5, so I'm basically playing a bad variation. Bishop e7 is the reason why this is bad. I have to play c5 here. No, this is literally the first time I forgot how to do it since I was a master. I didn't think I would forget, but I struggled to do it maybe 6 months ago, and I thought it was just because I was tired or something. But I guess I need to review it. Better to do c5 later. Better than never, I guess, here. But this is good for white. I never had trouble doing the bishop and knight checkmate till this time. As I said, like 6 months ago, or whenever it was, I had a game. Maybe I tried to do it against the engine and I was struggling. But it might be just the dementia kicking in. The first sign that you're getting chess dementia is that you can't do bishop and knight checkmate. It's in my brain somewhere, but I've lost the connection with the synapses or whatever that the pattern is. You know, it's still in there, but I lost the connection. You know, again, if you don't do it, you're gonna forget. It's just not a really practical thing. It's an impressive exercise for juniors and stuff, but I don't think it's really even that important. It's important, but it wouldn't be the first thing I would force everyone to learn. Literally in 30 years of playing chess, as I said, I had to do the checkmate once. Most people will just give you credit automatically at the master level, first of all. It's funny though that Georgiev didn't. He played out till it was mate in one. So he must have known a lot of other players. It's extremely easy. It's not like try to do queen versus rook against the computer. Bishop and knight is just an easy forced win. I just forgot the pattern, but queen versus rook is not. That I challenge you to try to learn and be able to beat an engine. It's extremely difficult, and it's like less publicized than winning with bishop and knight against king. You know, everybody's like, can you mate with bishop and knight against king? Try to mate a computer with queen versus rook. Much harder, and the pattern isn't really as easy to understand, you know. So it looks like I butchered the opening, but now it's a kind of okay position. We have good play with the double pawns, no bad pieces. I think we're doing all right. This is really bad for black. I mean, this is the reason why b6 against the classical Nimzo always had a bad reputation, because of there was like an Alekhine simul game or something, or Alekhine versus No Name, where he crushed people with like bishop d3. But if you play c5, it's okay for black. Where is he? Come on, I want to go. Knight c5. And you've induced me to play a6, perhaps? It will weaken my b6 square, so I'm not sure I necessarily want to play a6. Certainly not the only move. His knight is annoying on b5. Ultimately, I mean, I probably need to drive it out or take it with the bishop. Jim, thanks for the donation for the bishop and knight training. That's embarrassing, though. No one ever asked me to do it on the stream. I never even tried. And it's like the pressure of doing it while people are watching makes it worse. I'm probably like the only title player in the world who can't do bishop and knight. But again, my synapses lost contact with the pattern. I think if I review it, you know, we'll be back to normal. Maybe like 1 hour review practice. I don't have time today, but hopefully soon. Oh, it is a big deal, dude. It is a big deal. It's a bad sign that I can't remember that. That's serious. Never, ever, ever I had a problem with it since I was like 1900. I don't think the lockdown is too good for me though. I ought to take his bishop probably on d3. I don't think like not exercising and living like where you don't leave the house. A lot of people don't realize that's the situation we're in right now, you know. It's not like I'm living in a normal situation. Like I don't go outside and like get enough oxygen and exercise. I don't think like my health is in a good way since this lockdown thing started. I was thinking about it last night, you know, under the circumstances, we're all pretending like everything is normal, but this is an extremely messed up situation we're in. There is absolutely nothing normal about me not going outside of the house except like for an hour to buy groceries every week. You know, that can't be good. Well, no, honestly, Bob, I started to kind of forget about it. I don't know about you, but apparently you didn't. But I started to kind of like feel like this is a new normal. That's why I'm saying it. It's strange. But I guess if you work like constantly, you kind of just get in this routine where you don't think about it. The problem is that you're spending too much time on your recreation, trolling. We get used to it. It's just really. Maybe I can withstand it for a time, but it's starting to get to me. So he totally melted down. White at a great position. After bishop d3, it's like +1. I don't want to play this for black. Stockfish has a novelty, queen e7. I played that against I played queen e7 here on move 4 against the GM. Against Atzel. He thought for half an hour. But it's an idea that crops up more after e4. This is obviously, I think, more relevant when white has played e4. But this is just a bad position. I just was moving quickly and didn't think. I have to play c5 here. It's the only move for black. This is just like really, really bad after bishop e7, bishop d3. I don't want to play this anymore for black. Okay, guys, one last game. I can play one more game. Please don't challenge me to bishop and knight checkmate. Totally forgot the pattern. I'm a fraud. But I don't know how much longer I can pretend the lockdown thing is normal. Rook versus queen, yeah, I feel like that. I had a headache before the stream started, and then you challenged me to bishop versus knight. No, I don't want to do bishop versus knight. I didn't want to do it, but I tried. My head hurts. No, I was thinking about my bad result in the Blitz tournament last night, before that, and I'm just affected by the coronavirus lockdown, I think. I'm not really right. I was trying to play unusual openings here, but he's not giving me any. This English isn't good. The English isn't good for trying to play unusual openings. We'll play Queen B3. Well, first of all, I'm getting fat. Yeah, that's a side effect. Though I'm not. I'm trying not to overeat. It's fairly easy not to overeat if you're working a lot. But I just feel like the physical exercise. I don't have like a exercise bike in my apartment, and I know that a lot of people go outside, but I really don't think people should encourage others to break the lockdown. I'm like walking up and down the stairs of my building for exercise a little bit. Knight c7 against queen there. Okay. So this is a reverse of position I would play, typically. You can sack a pawn. Sack a ponda. Bob sack a ponda. Or you can play a hedgehog with d3. How about bishop c4? Is that a constructive move or does it waste the tempo? Good question. I don't know. I mean, push-ups and crunches are fine, but that's not doing much for the cardiovascular system. I was thinking of busting like a headband. I've got no headbands, but I could steal. Maybe eat some carrots. What do you think? What do you think about a yellow headband and carrot eating for a health stream? How would I look eating carrots with a yellow headband for the stream? Does rook d1 work? Yes. I guess. He's got knight a5. How long has he had knight a5 for? Forever, right? Does he just win a piece with knight a5? Because that's sick if he just wins a piece. I can play queen a4 check, of course. See what was wrong with me? I mean, I can't even see like one move threats. Totally out of form. Now knight a5 is a serious threat. Knight takes. Christ's sake. Maybe I have to get out of here. Like knight takes d4, knight a5. How do I protect my bishop? No, we've still got queen a4. He's going to grab my bishop, but I guess it's the least of the evils. The least of the evils. You like when King Crusher's wife rings the bell and brings food to him. I don't even want to know. You mean his mom? That's hilarious. Do we have a little secret move like knight takes e6? He's got a good queen sack after knight e6, bishop e6, rook takes d8. Plenty of material. I don't think I can do it. I have to just give up my bishop. Johan is solid. The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's not biting on any sort of tricks. He's not taking any risks. Now he'll bust a bishop d7 on me. And my development is non-existent. We're both frozen on the queen side. This isn't a rock move, though. Oh, come on now. Surely you want to trade queens. That would be fun. Wait, they ring a bell to bring him his food? Like, wouldn't it be like ringing a bell so he goes and gets the food? He goes and gets the food? He needs a bell to just announce that the food is on its way? Dude, that's perverse. Thank God I never watched that guy's stream. I don't want to know. That doesn't sound right. I can't stand if anybody eats, like, during a stream. It's kind of the same as at the chessboard, you know, for me. I do not eat food when I play. It's just bad form. You can eat, maybe, like, stand up from the board, have a light snack or something. Don't eat at the board. It's just totally disrespectful. Oh, he goes away. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Doesn't Feingold eat, like, subs and stuff? There should be, like, a separate camp. The food camp. The feeding camp. I remember when I went to Australia to play in a tournament, I stayed with this family. You know, they put me up. The organizers got them to put me up. Just some random family, like they weren't even chess players. It was a mother, a father, and a son. And I'll never forget that. Like, these people, like, they, like, inhaled their food. They weren't overweight or anything, but they were just normal. But I never saw anyone, like, I was, like, just starting my food and they were done. It was very awkward, you know? Like eating with some sort of family of wolves. Alright. Endgame. Endgame land. Let's try to torture our opponent here. My inclination is that this is a theoretical draw. But obviously white stands a tiny bit better. I didn't know Ben Feingold was a vegan. Bob is anti-vegan. Discrimination against vegans. Is this a weird move to play? B3? You might think I would play like b4, but I don't think it's necessary to play b4. It's a draw, I'm pretty sure. That's a good move, I think. b5. He found this. This is the best. We're still an itty bit better. The itsy bitsy spider. Alright, we'll do a little sing-song. No? Not much here. How about b4? Do you start playing for a win there? Well, I don't think I can really lose unless I'm a complete idiot. Good habits. They want to keep a healthy workforce, obviously. Long-term thinking. So b4. He stopped me from playing. Oh, look at that move. Remember once I beat Arena Crush in a Obscular. I love Obscular bishops. Turning into a Magnus fan. This is not really a good amount of time to break through. Need a little more time. Oh no. No, 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 no. Stay in your lane, Johan. Stay in your lane. Know your role. Am I getting mated? So we're making progress. Oh, I have this? Whoa. Damn. Damn it. He's coming back. Fifty moves. I missed a free rook. Anyway, guys, I can't do bishop and knight. I'm sorry. I've got to practice the bishop and knight in game. But opposite colored bishops are okay. I'll see you guys later. You got to take the good with the bad. Anyway, enjoy your lockdown. Hopefully everyone maintains their sanity. Hope you have a happy and healthy eating at home, DK guy. Because at work it doesn't sound too good. I still got it. I love ops colored bishops. I'll see you guys later. Have a great one. And I promise to work on my bishop and knight technique. I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget, 6:30 p.m. CEST subscriber stream. I'll send a reminder to everyone for tomorrow's night evening stream. Yeah. Hey, sorry, we gotta practice. Sorry about that. I let him slide a little bit. We'll keep him updated on Bishop versus Knight. Bye bye.